Hi, I'm Alexandra Bond-Burnett of Speaking Ambition, and I'm going to share with you today the 3 behaviours of effective communicators. So as an executive coach, I see these behaviours all of the time in the most effective and productive and strong speakers and communicators there are, especially when working in a technical field. So number 1 is stay in your lane, but check your mirrors. Now, this means when it comes to being emotionally led and being aware of your emotions, your emotional intelligence, you need to stay in your lane. Focus on what you're feeling and what you can do. So just keep really focused on what you can bring to the table and how you can be at your best. What are you feeling? Why are you feeling it? Are you feeling frustrated? Check in with yourself, because you can't control how other people feel, but you can control you, and you do have a choice about what you use and how effective you can be. Checking your mirrors means it doesn't mean you ignore people. You've got to check in with the people you're communicating with. Have a look at their body language, their face. What can you do to adjust you and steer yourself to a more productive outcome and to be more effective? By checking your mirrors, check in on them, how they're feeling. If they're feeling distressed, if they're feeling frustrated, then you know how to steer yourself. Number 2 is to focus on the data. So be really intentional. Only speak about what you know, not what you presume or assume. So the most intentional and effective people are really focused on what we do know. So instead of saying, you were late with this report, I needed this report to be on time, what are you doing? Then we can actually focus on what we know, which is the report is late and this is going to create an impact here, here, and here. What can we do to make sure that we are going to get this in on time? What do you need? Number 3 is to be intentional. Before you even start communicating, you've got to see what your end point is to help direct you throughout the course of how you're communicating. So be really intentional. The way to do this is to ask yourself, at the end of this communication, whatever type of method it may be, whatever type of conversation it is, ask yourself, how do you want this to go? What would be a great outcome? And then what do you want the other person to think, to feel, or to do afterwards? So those are the 3 ways to be really effective. Number 1, to stay in your lane, to check your mirrors. Number 2, to stay with the data, focus just on what you know. And number 3 is to be intentional and be focused for what the outcome is.